So in chapter 1140, we are introduced to Saint Killingham of House Remo Shifu. He is a holy knight, apparently with the power of the mythical Zoan fruit that allows him to become a Kirin or a Quillin. The creature does change its name depending on what culture is talking about it, but in Japanese it's called a Kirin, whereas in Chinese it's called a Quillin. What is so interesting about this creature is that it's a chimera-esque creature known for being hooved. However, Killingham is a very interesting Zoan because of the Zoan fruit users who have a hybrid state that they use all the time. He is one of very few that is fully clothed. There aren't that many hybrid Zoan fruit users that retain their clothing when they transform. It's really him, kinda Big News Morgans. Then we have Bian of the Tontara tribe, who turns into a hornet. And then we have Kabu of the Tontara tribe, who turns into a rhinoceros beetle. They're like of a very small party of characters who actually keep their clothes when transforming into their hybrid states. And Kabu is even like a weird caveat because it seems like he dons a full armor of chitin when he becomes a rhinoceros beetle. So I don't know, you can put an asterisk next to Kabu, but Bian most definitely. The weird part about Morgans is that much like say Monet, but for a different reason, he's got weird wing hands, like his fingers are feathered. So he's odd, but Killingham is a very straight shooter as he's wearing his full uniform. He's got gloves and boots on, which is very odd because usually the case is, especially with a Zoan fruit user who is a normal human, usually they'll have animal feet or animal hands or something like that. Not Killingham, which is odd because a Quillin or a Kirin is supposed to be a hooved creature. No hooves on this man. So that's an interesting thing to note. And it does make me think more about NIKA as we move on in the future of the series, because now I'm wondering, because it is possible for a person who is a human, apparently. We don't know what race Killingham is, but I'm going to assume that he's a human because he appears to have human proportions, at least for the most part. Seeing as how it's possible to stay in an awakened state as a mythical Zoan for a long period of time to the point where it's your just casual way of being, I do wonder if Luffy's going to reach that state in which Gear 5th no longer tuckers him out and he can be in it for as long as he pleases. Even when that happens, I don't think we'll ever get rid of base Luffy. That's not happening, but that's just something to think about. I guess akin to how the Super Saiyan state for Goku was mastered in Dragon Ball and he could just stay in it for a long period of time. I wonder, is that going to be the case for Luffy? On top of that, I wonder if the whole rubberization of the area that Luffy is in, I wonder if that's something that he can turn off, because I can't imagine the chaos he would wreak if he was on the Thousand Sunny and activated Gear 5th and then unconsciously just turned it into rubber, causing it to bounce and wave with him on it. I think that would cause some problems. Or it could be very beneficial, but I think overall would cause some problems if other crewmates were on the ship with him at that time in the middle of the ocean. But that's just some things to think about. And with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Wax It!